welcome everybody to... Well, I know at this point it's just me and my mum watching, so... Hello, kind stranger who you have stumbled over this video. Now, a couple of months ago I came across this machine on an online auction platform, and since I wanted one of these like forever and a day, I thought I'd give it a shot. I placed a bid. Or maybe two. Fine, 3. Long story short, I won it. Short story long, I bought it essentially unseen from Germany. So it was a bit of a gamble whether it was a case for the skip or actually working. To top it off, getting it over here cost me 3 times as much as my winning bid. But in the end of the day, nothing shall get between a man and his toys, am I right? But what is it? And why would I go through all this expense? Well, this is an injection molding machine, and I apparently am a guy with too much time and space, so I bought it to fill the void in my desperate technician's soul. Kidding aside, I've been working with these machines for 12 years. I spec'd them out, set them up, got them running, sorted out the tooling and optimized processes. So one might argue I know a thing or two about how they work and what's their place in the plastic processing industry. As it happens, I developed a little bit of a soft spot for this kind of machinery. I wanted to get one for myself, to be dismantled, inspected and refurbished. And this is where our story begins. Now to get these old girls spitting out parts again, there's a ton of stuff we have to sort out first. We've got some dangly bits here and there that need connecting. Windows are broken, the screw in the plasticizing the cylinder is seized because there is still hardened plastic in it. We need to install a heating control system for the cylinder as well. That's the hydraulic oil tank. We need to have a good look into that, as well as the pumps, and change all the filters. The pump motor needs a power supply, and connecting these hoses have to be reconnected, and that one obviously has to be replaced. These valves, especially the proportional valves, need connecting up and testing. We are missing the oil cooler and return filter. There is no cooling water supply as such, and then there is the really big job. On the other end of this 64-pin connector should be the control unit. And obvious to the most casual of observers, that bit clearly is missing, which is why we'll have to set up a new control unit ourselves. That includes power supply, a PLC, a programmable logic controller, control circuits for hydraulic pressure, air pressure, oil temperature, water temperature, all the proportional valves and slider valves, safety circuits, an emergency stop circuit, and an HMI, a human machine interface, which is a touch display for process parameter input and visualization. But for now, let's get to the bottom of it. Yes, I know you can read, but anyway, this is Brewdog's Punk IPA, and as far as I'm concerned, I don't think anything will fit our endeavor better than this, since it is, I believe, the beer that started our success story. It's got a lovely fruity flavor to it, bursts of pineapple and caramel, and a nice bitter finish. But let's get back to it. At this point you will ask yourself, why not buy a working machine, not a huge basket case? Good question. But you won't be able to find one in working order that costs as little as this thing did, even including shipping. I'll be honest, in total I paid less for it than its scrap value, so there's that. The whole point of this endeavor is to get into how they do their thing, what its inner workings are, why the engineers did what they did back in the day, and in general how the injection molding process is programmed and controlled. I hope to get this thing running again and produce actual parts with it. That means we'll design our own injection molding tool and program a production process. I was hoping anyway. Throughout this journey, perhaps every one of us will learn something, which will be a great pleasure for me. In the next episode, we'll be going over the technical details of the machine. That being forces, volumes, pressures, year of birth, hobbies, and basic capabilities of hers. I hope to be welcoming many of you then, as I did today. Feel free to comment your thoughts. I highly appreciate you taking part. Thanks a lot for the visit.